Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. Jesus. Okay, so this one's a request today and this is from Zack versus the Blu-ray Mountain. Thank you so much for writing in, Zack. I really appreciate it. This movie, not so much. This movie is The Covenant and I'm gonna tell you several reasons in this video why this is a guy's dream and not so much a girl's dream. I found that Zack said this was a guilty pleasure of his, and upon tweeting about it, there was a couple of you guys that also agreed with him, and I felt it was very interesting that this is a guy's kind of guilty pleasure. I also asked you guys on Twitter if you minded if I did negative reviews, and you guys said you're all for it, so here's your negative review. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, it's about four spunky young men. They're wizards with powers, and they're kind of famous because they came from families that founded the town that they live in. And in this film, they find out there is a fifth guy, and they battle him to the death. Or something like that, I don't really know. This film is very confusing. Let's start off with the beginning. There is a girl that's introduced into the movie at the very start, and she's like the new chick in town, and she's like the love interest, obviously. The guys kind of fight over her in a way, but then there's this other new guy that's not really introduced at all, which is very confusing because you're not really sure who the main character is, which is what I'm trying to say. I was very confused by this movie. There's so many little subplots going on that you're not sure if it's about her or about them or about this other kid. I don't know what's going on, and all these guys look so similar that it's confusing, except for like the preppy, annoying, like jerky blonde guy, which was weird in itself because he acted like a jerk at the start of the film, and that you thought that might be the plot. He was gonna get really caught up in the power and ascending, which, oh my god, that's a whole nother story. But this guy's a pretty big jerk, and I thought maybe he was gonna get really full of himself and then turn on his friends, and then he would be like the evil one. But all these strange things do happen. They've sent darklings, which I'm pretty sure, is that not a Harry Potter thing? I don't know. These guys are like glorified Harry Potter characters. They're really cheesy. They have all these like one-liners, and I think this is why guys find this as like a guilty pleasure movie. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with you guys that find this as a guilty pleasure, but I find movies like, you know, Lizzie McGuire movie is a guilty pleasure, and she's cheesy as fuck. And I think that that is the common thread, is that you kind of can picture yourself or escape the reality by going into like these weird characters. For another example why this is not a guilty pleasure for a woman, there is a scene where they go to a bar and the guys use their magical powers to try and guess and bet what this girl's underwear is gonna be. Is it gonna be pink frills? Is it gonna be a G-string? Oh my god, they're so cutting edge, I can't even believe it. One of them had bet that she wasn't wearing any underwear at all, and so when they lift up her skirt and no underwear is to be seen, he said something along the lines of, "Are you kidding me, guys? She hasn't worn underwear since she was 12. And to talk about, let alone to talk about a girl like that, but then as well to talk about a 12-year-old, it's pretty sick. And I can take a fucking joke, trust me, I can take a joke. But it was just disturbing and just trying to be cool for no reason. Like, it didn't have to be in the film. It just showed them to be jerks, really. And then he like takes the girl on these dates and they're kind of in love, but they have no personality. One thing that I really didn't like about the film is, besides the jerk, which I guess was the only character I didn't like, but the only character that kept me like wanting to look at the screen, no one else had any personality. The girl didn't. There was nothing about her. You didn't know where she was from, who she was. You just knew that she had like hearts in her eyes for this guy. And same with the guy, like the big hulking, like cute, shy guy who was like her love interest and the good guy in the film. He had no personality. No one had any personality. And I feel really bad. I didn't want to rag on this movie, Zack, but this is how I feel about this movie. I was so confused the whole time. There was just too much going on. And I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, but let me know what you thought. Was it straightforward to you, or am I just dumb as dog shit? Don't answer that. But one thing I did like about the film is there's one scene where there's like a spider. She's having a nightmare and these spiders are crawling everywhere, and it was pretty gross. But that's about it. I'm gonna give this one a personal score of 2, a scare score of 3 for the spider scene, and then originality I'm gonna give a... Shit, I was gonna give it a 2, but I think I'm gonna give it a 1. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know if you've seen this movie down below and what you thought, and I'll talk to you guys later. Stay spooky. Bye.